In 1898, as the 19th century drew to a close, South Africa was a land balancing between conflict and ambition, a place where political pressure, economic opportunity, and national identity were all converging. It was during this pivotal period that a distinctive range of South African coins was produced, coins that today carry meanings far beyond their face value. These pieces were minted under the Zuid-Afrikaanse Republic, a nation determined to define itself in the face of growing international influence. The coins from this year are not just relics of an era. They are historical witnesses, each with a story embedded in its worn surfaces, its markings, and its journey through the hands of people who lived more than a century ago. Among the most captivating pieces are those that bear the portrait of President Paul Kruger, a figure who remains deeply tied to the identity and political struggles of the time. His image on the obverse of the 1898 coinage symbolizes leadership, resistance, and national pride. For many collectors, this portrait alone gives the coin a profound sense of character. The reverse designs, featuring the coat of arms of the Republic, reinforce the statement of independence that the nation sought to express. Every line and every curve was carefully executed by engravers who understood that these coins represented far more than currency in circulation. They were symbols of a country shaping its place in history. What makes the 1898 pieces especially fascinating is the moment in which they were minted. Just a year later, the Second Anglo-Boer War would erupt, reshaping the political landscape of the region. Coins from 1898 were among the last to be issued before war interrupted normal minting operations, meaning surviving examples come from a relatively short and tumultuous period. This historical backdrop adds immeasurable depth to their appeal. When holding such a coin, one can imagine the tension of the era, the uncertainties people faced, and the value these coins held in the daily lives of civilians, soldiers, traders, and farmers. They paid for goods, wages, supplies, and services in a society about to be transformed by conflict. The craftsmanship seen in the 1898 coins also stands out. These were not mass-produced with the industrial intensity of later decades. Instead, they were created using traditional minting methods that highlight the skill of engravers and the precision of the minting process of the time. Their strong reliefs, crisp edges, and detailed inscriptions reflect a high level of artistry. Over time, as these coins circulated, they developed natural patinas that now make each specimen visually distinct. Some show soft golden tones, others carry darker hues from years of handling and storage. This individuality is part of what collectors value so highly. No two coins age in the same way, and each imperfection becomes a part of its individuality. Collectors today seek these coins not only for their historical significance, but also for the emotional connection they create. A coin minted in 1898 is a small but powerful link to people who lived, worked, and dreamed in a world very different from our own. Those who collect historical numismatics often describe these pieces as storytellers, capable of conveying more about a moment in history than many written accounts. The fact that these coins survived through war, political change, and the passage of generations only enhances their importance. A well-preserved example from 1898 is more than a collectible item. It is a survivor of history. Furthermore, the rarity of these coins adds another layer to their desirability. Over time, many were lost, damaged, or melted down. Only a limited number remain in circulation among collectors, and each one continues to rise in value as interest in South African history and Boer-era artifacts grows. Their market value is influenced by factors such as condition, scarcity, and historical resonance, making them prized additions to collections around the world. Some collectors specialize exclusively in Kruger-era coinage, while others seek a single example to represent this turning point in South African heritage. Regardless of the reason, the 1898 issues stand out as some of the most attractive and meaningful coins of the era. Those who own or display such a coin often find that it draws attention immediately. Guests and fellow collectors are naturally curious about its origins, its journey, and the period it represents. It brings history to life in a way that textbooks never could. For many, the value lies not just in what the coin is, but in what it symbolizes. It represents resilience, identity, craftsmanship, and the enduring human desire to create objects that last beyond one lifetime. Holding an 1898 South African coin is like holding a fragment of the past, preserved through time, waiting for its next chapter in a modern collection. For anyone who chooses to add one of these remarkable pieces to their collection, it is not simply a purchase, but an investment in history, artistry, and legacy. This particular coin, preserved from that transformative year, is available for $2,000.